Imagine a place that tells a story spanning centuries, where culture and nature intertwine to create something truly extraordinary. That's the beauty of UNESCO World Heritage Sites. I'm Abigail, and this is Global Treasures, the podcast that covers the history, travel tips, and legends surrounding one of the 1,223 World Heritage Sites each episode. These places have been identified as having universal cultural or natural significance that is so exceptional that it transcends national boundaries and is of importance to present and future generations. Welcome to Season 2, where we'll explore the 45 sites that UNESCO added in 1979 together. Thank you for listening to the Global Treasures podcast. We appreciate all of your support, and you can continue to support us by subscribing at Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Podbean, or any major platform. You can also follow us on TikTok and Facebook. I want to start this episode by acknowledging that I will do my very best with the pronunciations, as I do in all episodes. I try to run them by people from cultural centers or the country of origin, but otherwise, I'm relying on assistance from Google and YouTube, so please be gentle. I'm not a linguist. Nestled in the Dordogne department of France, the Vézère Valley holds a special place in the study of Paleolithic art. Recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site since 1979, this valley is a treasure trove of archaeological wonders. This area contains over 150 known prehistoric sites, including 25 decorated caves. Among these, 15 sites are officially listed under the UNESCO designation, primarily centered around Vezere, often referred to as the capital of prehistory. The valley's significance extends beyond its wealth of prehistoric artifacts. It's played a key role in shaping our understanding of the Paleolithic era in general. The famed Cro-Magnon rock shelter in Vezere provided the name for early modern humans in Europe, solidifying the region's importance in paleoanthropology as well. Paleoanthropology is the study of human evolution conducted by analyzing skeletal remains and artifacts. Many of these sites were first scientifically explored in the early 20th century by archaeologists Henri Breuil and Denis Peyroni. However, the remarkable Lascaux Cave, adorned with some of the most exquisite prehistoric art ever discovered, wasn't found until 1940. While the original Lascaux Cave was closed to the public in 1963, visitors today can explore detailed 3D replicas nearby. The reason it was closed was due to concerns over its preservation. The paintings in Lascaux are endangered by algae and mold growing on walls, as well as artificial lighting used by humans, which can cause fading over time. Here are some facts about how they attempt to keep the site safe that I thought were really interesting and impressive. Humidity monitoring systems have been installed, and weather stations actually measure air temperature and barometric pressure. If CO2 levels get too high, public access can be restricted until they fall back to acceptable levels. Protecting this site is vital, as the decorated caves of the Vézère Valley were instrumental in ending the long-standing debate over the authenticity of prehistoric art. See, historically, discoveries of cave paintings in Spain and France were met with skepticism. This is for a few reasons. One being that it's hard to accurately determine the date of artwork so old, when the sites are often littered with items from different periods in time, so isolating the age can be tough. However, the discovery of Lamouth and its decorations, followed by the stunning engravings at Fond de Gomme and Les Combarelles, put any doubt to rest. Among the valley's remarkable sites, there's a 25,000-year-old engraving of a fish, the oldest known depiction of its kind. Fond de Gomme remains the only polychrome cave painting site still open to the public, showcasing animals in vivid color such as bison and horses. Le Camborel, with its long, narrow cave, features over 600 prehistoric engravings. The Lascaux Cave, often dubbed the Sistine Chapel of Prehistory, is closed to the public. However, visitors can now experience near-perfect replicas in the form of Lascaux II and the more recent Lascaux IV, which opened in 2016. Other notable caves hold an extensive collection of mammoth, human engravings, and paintings. Major finds like the engraved mammoth at La Madeleine in 1864 provided the first definitive proof of coexistence between prehistoric humans and extinct animals. There are also some characteristics not created by man that make this site incredibly unique. For example, Le Grand Roc is unique among the sites listed because while it lacks prehistoric art, it features stunning natural rock formations. The stalagmites form what some has described as a crystallized forest. Beyond caves, the valley is home to numerous rock shelters that provide invaluable insights into prehistoric human life. The Cro-Magnon rock shelter, discovered in 1868, revealed human remains dating back to 28,000 years, marking a monumental discovery in the study of early modern humans and funerary practices. Areas that have been excavated since 1895 even contain evidence of human habitation stretching back 450,000 years. The excavations have yielded remarkable artifacts, including the first known Paleolithic Venus figurine, which was the first depiction of a woman discovered in modern day. At one of the most exceptional sites, Cap Blanc, archaeologists also discovered the remains of the Magdalenian girl, which is the most intact Upper Paleolithic skeleton in the entire northern area of the European continent. Abri de la Madeleine, which defined the Magdalenian culture, has yielded extraordinary artifacts as well, including reindeer bone carvings and the remains of a 3-year-old child, adorned with over 1,000 decorative shells. The Vézère Valley has been a center of archaeological research since the 19th century. The first scientific explorations, as I mentioned before, were in the late 1800s, and this set the stage for major discoveries. The legacy of these discoveries endures in the National Museum of Prehistory, which was established in 1913 and continues to be a hub for research and public education. The discovery of Lascaux in 1940 marked the culmination of nearly a century of archaeological breakthroughs in the region. Today, the Vézère Valley remains a vital link to our distant past, preserving the artistic and cultural achievements of early humans and offering an unparalleled glimpse into the dawn of civilization. If you plan on visiting this incredible site, here are some things to know. The best airport to fly into is either Brive Vallée Dordogne or Bergerac Dordogne Airport. In terms of accommodations, hotels, homestay sites, and campgrounds offer anywhere from high-end experiences to inexpensive options. You can check out the links in our show notes for help planning your trip. There are even some really unique options that I think families would enjoy, like treehouse accommodations. So most choose to stay in Montignac or Les Aisies, but some do take a day trip from Bordeaux. However, that's a pretty long drive, and there are only a few tours offered. I was surprised by that, though, given around 250,000 people visit this site each year. The best way to arrive is by car, so you should either rent or you can always ask for taxi recommendations from your hotel or homestay host. I couldn't find any rideshare options in the area, and there's very limited public transportation, which is unusual for Europe. I have to forewarn that I found trying to navigate the websites and figure out how to get tickets was a little confusing at first. Now, if you want to visit Lascaux 2 and 4, you will want to pre-order tickets to ensure you get a tour in English if French is not your primary or even secondary language. The prehistoric sites are only open to tours. You can't navigate these independently. Also, when you're purchasing your tickets, be sure you read through all of your options closely because certain groups, such as seniors, can enter at reduced cost or even free. However, this site isn't recommended for individuals under the age of 7. The duration in the caves is limited, again, for conservation reasons. I believe the time limit of these tours is typically about 30 minutes. Le Fond de Gomme and Les Combarelles caves can be visited if you purchase your tickets online. The caves are cold even during the summer months, so dress accordingly. There is some walking on inclines and downhill walking on uneven paths, so wear your boots or sneakers. You can, and I would say should, also visit the Museum of Prehistory, which I referenced before. You can purchase tickets for the guided tours in advance. There are group or individual tickets, but they're timed, so show up a bit early for your scheduled time. The museum is only closed for 2 holidays annually, so you'll have plenty of dates and times to choose from. However, the hours do change during the less busy season, and the museum is closed on Tuesdays part of the year, so double-check the website for any of those changes. In terms of what the weather is like, this area of France experiences warm summers, with winters getting as low as 20 degrees Fahrenheit. Temperatures peak at around the mid-80s Fahrenheit in the summer. June to September will be the best months for you to visit if much of what you want to do is outdoors. Other things to do, see, and experience while in the area. If you're a history buff, the International Center for Cave Art in Montignac will allow you to learn even more about what you saw in the caves. And if shopping and local cuisine are enticing, the Lascaux Dordogne market will be right up your alley. There are day and even night markets during the summer with fresh fruits, vegetables, and other items to put together a picnic or a nice meal. Just make sure to bring euros, as some vendors may not accept credit cards. Generally speaking, this is also a fantastic area for hiking, horseback riding, photography, and/or forest walking, if taking the well-defined paths isn't your thing. The Dordogne River is touted as being one of the cleanest, if not the cleanest in France, so you may want to visit one of the beaches in the area. I referenced the cuisine before, but it's definitely worth a second mention. You need to experience the food, especially if you have an appreciation for the finer tastes. Foie gras has been a delicacy since the 17th century. Foie gras is goose liver, made into a spread, usually with wine and spices, and served with a crusty bread. Though I have been served it on top of a pasta dish as well. It's very rich and, unlike anything I've ever tried, it's hard to describe the flavor or texture. And then there's caviar. The caviar from sturgeons is an upper crust delicacy as well. Many of the producers of the caviar actually do tours of their facilities and caviar tastings on site. They take such pride in the quality of the food they produce. And I always say, learning about other cultures through their food is just another way of discovering new things we didn't know we needed in our lives. Those are the best surprises that come with a unique getaway. Join us for our next episode, where we'll explore the rock drawings in Valcamonica, Italy. Nestled in one of the largest valleys of the Central Alps, this site holds the largest collection of prehistoric petroglyphs in the world. It's also notably Italy's first UNESCO World Heritage Site. Until then, keep exploring, keep wondering, and keep treasuring the remarkable diversity of our world's heritage.